Clubhouse, Club Deck. Um,
We're not live.
now we are.
I don't know what to say to you anymore.
It's just there's so many buttons. That's one of the things. I
I
was on the
told you
town
we
hall
need a
with Nelson
producer.
last night. Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't even see us on Facebook right now.
so it depends. That's the thing is that it depends on which one. Talk TV 24 is not active because we don't have enough listeners there.
Yeah, but
Uh, bu- 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 bu-
on my channel, I should be live.
yeah, if you have enough listeners, you might not have enough subscribers either.
What are you talking about?
Facebook did a thing that they gave us. Remember, because that's why
No, we're
I'm
live now on my page. See, I have enough
okay. Okay.
listeners.
Okay. So Talk TV 24 page is not, and I know we don't have enough, the 100 or whatever they want listeners there. Um,
There, I am
we're
now live.
streaming the Talk TV 24 on YouTube.
So is she on, by the way?
She's not yet, no.
She says she is.
Oh, wait, hold on, let me close that then. Let me look. No, not with us, she ain't.
She probably
Go ahead
joined.
and check her email and use the one where the subject line is in all caps and says use this one instead of the other one that I sent her. It should be the same one that you sent because obviously you worked. You're here.
I'm telling her now.
But yeah, so as far as Facebook pages go, you have to now have 100 minimum subscribers, followers, whatever they want to
This is
call it.
like the fourth time you've mentioned this. Do you want me to just send some of my people your way?
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I've
I'm
been
not doing
saying is that
that. I'm not doing that.
even if you don't want to be on that page,
Where are
just
your
be with
political
us.
buddies? Don't they have
I
followers?
We're going to be talking about that tomorrow with them too,
Don't
because
say
I don't
anything.
know. I've got two up the middle pages. One from when it was just my podcast, and I also renamed the lunchtime happy hour because we got separate people on there.
Right?
And one of them, I think it's the happy hour one, does not yet have enough followers. But we're not on Rainbow Radio either.
I think it's because most people technically just don't like politics.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt that. Oh, I hear a beep. I hear a beep. There she is.
Yay.
Hello there. Our guest is here. I'm going to put you over there. Not hearing you yet, though, if you can hear
Yeah,
us.
where's your mic?
The first rule of doing a YouTube live is to be unmiked, right?
Yep, that helps.
I don't follow rules, so I don't know.
And how are you guys? I'm excited to be here.
Good. Thanks for joining us again.
Here.
There we go. I think it's a little better.
Do you hear the dog in the background?
I do.
Oh,
Yes.
it's like perfect timing.
I invited Julie back for a number of reasons. First of all, she's one of my closest friends in the whole wide world. And she's got so much going on. She is the expert at podcasting. I call Julie the podcast queen. And I thought it'd be really great to bring her on to talk about podcasting. Because we're listening to the lives on Clubhouse. But guess what? Not all of our listeners know what Clubhouse is or any other social media app, social audio app. And I thought it'd be great if Julie came on and talked to us about podcasting and how she does what she does and the ins and outs of it. And then maybe we can segue a little bit into the next Creative Con.
It's on the screen.
Oh, look
Is
at
that the right? Is that the right URL, by the way?
It sure is, Yergz. Wait, yep, it sure is. Thank you.
Nice. Good. Yeah, I'm also multitasking. What tell us about your podcast, because I've been hearing about it and I thought, I've gotta extend the invite to bring it on to Yergz Radio.
Well, Yergz, and again, apologies. It's summer, and I know we're all parents, and oh my gosh, it just like explodes the minute mom is busy. But I have a few podcasts, but I would love to talk to you about a new podcast we're launching in September, if I can be so bold.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
Martella is going to be a guest on it. It's called Murder in Morton Grove. And my whole life, not my whole life, because I didn't know what a podcast was when I was a little girl, but my whole life, I wanted to be an investigative journalist. So I went to school for journalism. I did all the things, but in the back of my head, I have always wanted to be an investigative journalist, and I'm obsessed with true crime. So what do we do when that happens? We take it to the next level and investigate a true life murder. And I partnered with Stacy Nye, and it is an incredible story. It's going to be a limited series podcast, probably episodes, 6 to 8 episodes, and we're going to try to crack the case through this vehicle of podcasting.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Very cool. You'll be the next Adam Walsh or John Walsh. Sorry.
Oh, Adam Walsh was kidnapped and murdered.
Yeah, Adam Walsh is dead. I meant John Walsh. Sorry.
And
That's
Callahan.
Jeannie and Sonia. Yeah. So
Callahan Walsh they've got a show, Investigative Discovery. And I had the opportunity through my podcast, which I just recommend anyone to do what you guys are doing, to interview the homicide hunter, which is incredible, make connections at Investigation Discovery. And so now I'm taking it to the big time now, my idea.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. John said last week when we were talking about radio a little bit, we kind of spun off into that he would like to be on my station also, but can't because of his contractual obligations. And I actually only listened to one of his shows like once or twice a couple months ago. Isn't his one LET, Law Enforcement Talk, almost like a true crime investigative thing? Or is it just where he interviews the investigator themselves?
So he does a lot of law enforcement talk, true crime, trauma, those kind of situations. But he honestly, it's not really true crime, but he does show those kind of stories. He shares those kind of stories.
Yeah. So then what other podcasts do you have? I only knew of the one.
Wow. Which one do you know, Yergz? Let's see what research you did in 5 minutes.
So I suck with names, so I'm not even going to try that. But I know that you had...
You're obsessed.
I know.
Obsessed. Yeah. Obsessed is my main one. And then I have the Media Casters, which is on a hiatus because I just can't. I know you think I can do everything, but, sometimes I just can't do everything. And
I actually want to say, I think it was the Media Casters that I was more familiar with.
Yeah. That's a popular one.
I've been on for podcasts, Ross.
How many past episodes do you have of either one?
I think we're 175, between 175 and 200 for Obsessed, and then
that's plenty.
And then Media Casters has well over 100, and then the Murder in Morton Grove is just gonna be a limited time.
Well, the other two, well, I mean, I would put all three on, but because true crime is actually also a big topic. But you haven't sent me episodes for the first two. Why?
Say this again, Yergz.
You not sent me episodes of the first two podcasts.
You have not.
I stuttered there. Yeah, I know. Why do I not have them playing on Yergz Radio? There's that. Your mic cut.
Your mic cut out, Julie.
Is it so rude if I just stand up really fast and tell my dogs to be quiet?
No. Mute yourself and tell them to be quiet. She's going to say, shut up.
I think I knew more of the second one than the Obsessed.
Obsessed is the one that I was on. And up until recently, I don't even know. I was number 2.
Yeah. You talked about that. Okay. Maybe it is that one.
Don't be jealous.
No. I was.
I need to push these episodes because our friend Larry Penton, my show is also number 2. My episode is also number 2 on his show. Welcome back, Julie. You look adorable.
Yeah, sexy outfit. Looks good. That's coming from a gay guy, so I would know.
Wait.
I don't know about that.
Sexy outfit. My kids would have a heart attack if you said that, but like my gut was hanging out there just a second ago. But
Oh, she's
that is
amazing.
that is the beauty of being a creative, right? We just do creative things all the time. And to be honest, it's interesting the thought of this going into a different direction and you having podcasts and a network and a radio show here on either Rainbow Radio or your radio.
Yep. He's got the
Yeah.
two. We have the two stations. Well,
So when I started
Yergz
Yergz Radio, I just wanted another platform for my own podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm no Howard Stern yet. I can't be the only one on this station. He can do that. I can't. So I started reaching out to other podcasts and say, hey, I like what you're doing. Would you mind repurposing them with me? And one of the guys, David Beckmeyer, asked me, he said, well, how am I going to know when somebody listens? And how am I going to get credit for that? I said, well, actually, you won't right away, but you will, because it's not as much in real time the way podcast downloads are, plays and streams, or downloads and streams. But I do know who listens to the station. And I send them that, periodically, here's who's been on during the time your show runs. So they have an idea, how it's doing. The thing about that is a scheduled replay of a podcast kind of sort of defeats the purpose in that they can just go to your podcast, wherever it lives, Spotify, Apple, or all the above, and just listen to it there on demand, which is exactly what we want them to do. I don't expect them to see or to continue to listen to Obsessed here on Yergz Radio every week.
Who's watching?
Huh?
Kim D.
Kim, shout out. But
I think she's shouting me out right now.
They'll also brain farting now. Ashley and Kim D. Ashley was listening a moment ago on my Clubhouse.
Hey Ashley, hey Kim, what's going
Ashley's
on?
now listening on YouTube only. I think she meant to say M is an amazing psychic. Thank you so much, Kim.
Definitely.
Looking forward to seeing you in person and reading you and your friends. I cannot wait. Where's my copy? Let's talk about that. Kim, you need to come on the show and talk about your book.
So we got to remind people when they come on to talk about a book, they got to unmirror their camera so the title isn't backwards on
He
that.
tells me that all the time. I'm not unmirroring now.
It looks too weird, like for me. Yergz has me in the biggest picture here, which freaks me out too.
You're the guest.
Well, darn.
You can go like
There
that.
we go. Now I'm much more comfortable. He's playing around. But it's a great book. It's one of the projects, and podcasting, I don't necessarily do radio, but I do a little bit of everything, and it's just so fun. Like, doesn't it get so boring doing the same thing over and over again?
But that's why I want to get you onto Yergz Radio. We encourage our podcasters to do a live show, but we don't require it. So if you don't want to do any sort of live show on Yergz Radio, you don't have to. But it's already proven to expand your regular podcast audience by the people who trip on your podcast on Yergz Radio because it came after my live show. Or they came after another podcast that they're fine.
What other podcasters are you signing up, and how much do you pay?
We don't pay yet. In fact...
You're not even paying me yet.
Yeah, in fact, eventually...
I get it. It's like a journey.
The business model will actually be to charge to have the podcast on.
Oh, nice.
After we pay.
That's what a lot of terrestrial stations are already doing.
A brokered show, right?
Brokered or bartered. A couple different types. Yeah.
I love that.
So, Julie, tell us more about Kim's book, how that came about. Tell us about you, because you are, hey, Gary Hammer. Gary Hammer's listening in my audience. You are co-author or?
Well, I am. It's my name's in the back.
Mhm.
But I worked with Kim, and I was basically just turning her stories into a book.
That's
So
amazing.
it's not my voice. I tried to make it sound like her, and I actually became her in my mind. And if you know anybody from Jersey, they talk like this, like what the what? And can you imagine? I can't make this stuff up, and just a certain kind of inflection, and it's really curated to her following. And first of all, we're going to be in some major publications too, which I'm really excited. And Carrie Brett took the picture. You guys know Carrie?
Yes, we know Carrie. She's been on our show.
Isn't that a great picture though that she took?
She looks beautiful.
Yeah. So it's fun, and it's been fun to know Kim. It's been fun to know you guys, and I don't get starstruck, and I highly doubt that Marcella does. Maybe I think
Highly doubt. Why would you say that?
like because I don't think you get like I think you see everybody as same like a
They're
human.
just people.
Yeah.
People who do different things.
Who would you get starstruck over? Because I know who I would get like really starstruck over.
Well, who would you get starstruck over? I can tell you, but
Alicia Moore, aka Pink.
oh, I mean, I wouldn't get starstruck.
Oh, I would be like so, but I would be so.
I've seen her.
I'd be
I
so.
don't know. I've run smack face to face into celebrities and still no. As a matter of fact, I crashed into John Leguizamo one
Okay.
time on my way to a party for one of my coworkers. I had the cake and I dropped everything because of him. And I called him an idiot and I told him to watch where he was going. He helped me pick up my packages. And I was on the phone with my boss and I said, hey, I just ran into John Leguizamo. She says, you turn around and go get his autograph for me. I said, I'm not doing that. I'm late for the party. I can't see it. They're just
That's
people.
funny.
They're
Yeah.
just people.
There's got to be somebody that you would be like fangirling just because they're so talented. That's how I feel about Pink.
The one time that happened to me,
Okay, Yergz. Let's hear.
yeah, as you know, I've met presidents, kings,
Yes.
other celebrities. The one time that happened to me was being on the set of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Who did you bring there? Clinton?
It was the first time Hillary worked alongside of Amy Poehler.
Oh, that's
They
awesome.
had the same dress. I was 10 feet
I remember
to her
that.
left. I was just off camera to her left.
That is
Did
so
you
Camera's
cool.
cry?
right.
What?
Well,
I said, did you cry, Ross?
well, kind of, sorta. We walk in. They do like an 8 or 8:30 show in front of a live audience, but not on TV. And they also do it in front of the FCC. So they have like some joke they do earlier is a
Oh,
little racy. The FCC can say, nah, save that for after 11, save that for after midnight or whatever. But then they also do it to see if the joke's even funny in the first place. Well, we missed that. We were late. And so we get there just as everybody's doing the final bow on stage. Rudy Giuliani was there, actually. He did some cameo appearance.
oh,
So
cool.
back when he was still had at least some high regard in New York.
Yeah.
The guy I met that same night was Vincent D'Onofrio
Oh, okay.
from Criminal Intent, Law and Order
Not a
Criminal
fan.
Intent.
Not a fan.
And
Neither
he was the
Vincent,
thug
I'm not a
in
fan.
Men in Black. But
He
we
was
get her to
Edward.
her dressing room. The boss and I are standing outside the door. He says, Yergz, go take a look around, see where you want to post everybody up. Because I was what's called a shift leader. He says, go see, where you want to post everybody up and come back and we'll talk about it.
Mhm.
Like, okay. So I walked down this hallway having no idea where it was going. And it turns out it was a chute underneath the bleachers that led me to center stage of Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
I come out from inside this chute and I'm looking face at the main stage with a smaller stage to the right and the left. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
The bleachers are small, by the way. They're bleachers. It's not an auditorium. And so I'm standing there drooling, and this elbow hit me in the ribs. And I look, and it's Amy Poehler dressed as Hillary Clinton.
That is so funny.
And she goes, about the goddamn time you got here, where the hell have you been? We've been waiting for you all night. And I'm like, And it says, no, I'm just kidding. We're really glad to have you. Let me take you for a tour. And that's how I got a tour of the set of Saturday Night Live
Wow.
by Amy Poehler, dressed as Hillary Clinton.
I call her Polar, by the way. Not Polar.
So his name is Yergz, not Turgs, whoever Jack is.
Let's put that up.
Why? You didn't put up Kim's. You didn't even pay any attention to what Kim said about me. Get rid of that comment.
I did. Yeah.
Turgs is
Hang that up
included.
earlier.
Yergz.
I was actually on time with that one.
No, you weren't.
She said,
You were
and
not.
Ian.
And good morning to Gary Hammer, who is listening.
And we had him up already, too. Hello, Gary. And let's see
Somebody
what
thinks
Jen's
you're a
saying.
cutie, but he couldn't even spell your name right. I guess maybe
That's all right.
he's crying right now over you.
At least he knows that there's another
Jack,
beautiful
who
woman.
are you and why are you lying? We already established in the first 5 minutes that I'm the cute one. Thank you. See? Thank you, Jack. Yeah.
So Jack is either very confident or he's bi.
Maybe he's just a nice person.
Yeah. Maybe.
So,
All right. So one question
Mhm.
definitely got to ask Jules about.
okay.
Many podcasters do a podcast because they're a realtor and they want to, use that for expanding their own audience by talking about a real estate podcast, just as an example. Do you think that is worn out? Or is that still, now what? Do you think that's worn out, or is that still a good method for somebody to expand their own audience?
Absolutely, if you do it correctly.
What does that even mean? Good morning, Deja.
Have you been drinking early this morning, Jack? No, to be honest, podcasting is for everybody. If you're as hi, Deja, what's going on, girl? Good to see you. As Yergz said, a realtor, for example, and whatever you're doing, it's about getting your voice out there, number one. Number two, you know what it's about? It's about meeting people, potential clients, potential partners. And it's so easy to do when you have a platform and you're not just taking, you're offering them a space to share their message. And then you become friends. And like I became with Marcella and Yergz. And it's just, it's a secret weapon in building a business that a lot of people don't do, but people who do get it, they get it. It's part of your marketing. And Yergz changed his background, everybody.
Yeah. This is the one I usually use for this show. This is the one I usually use for this show. That's the blue moon we talked about on Tuesday, Marcella.
So you know what, Yergz? I'm going to put you on the hibachi. You weren't at all paying attention to what I'm saying because
he wasn't. He does it all the
around
time.
with your background.
100% I was.
Typical husband.
100% I was.
What did I say then? What did I say?
I would make a good husband to another good man. There was such a thing.
Oh,
but no, and that was my point in asking you the question in the first place.
What was my answer though, Yergz?
Podcasting is an excellent marketing tool, especially for somebody who is the expert in their field, not just real estate, but what you're doing, John J. Wiley. And by the way, you need to stick around for the credits.
Oh, am I on the credits? No, John J.
You
Wiley.
both are, yes.
Oh, that's so sweet. Who knew?
As whether you like it or not, our consultants.
He could not exclude you.
No, I love this. You know what you guys are doing right. You guys are so consistent. You guys are on the same page, and this is how the growth is building. And when you're doing it organically, it takes a long time. It really does.
Yeah. And I think that's why so many podcasts fail in the first year, is because they think they're going to be the next Joe Rogan in 10 minutes. And, they can't even get, we've got a handful of people watching right now. But because of how we put metadata in and because of how we promote it, that number will multiply drastically on the replay. And changing somebody's behavior, getting them to come join us every week, twice a week,
Yeah.
at a specific time. That's not easy.
They have to
That's not
like
easy.
us. That's the thing. See, I will follow a podcast or a show or a celebrity if I like them. But then
That's it.
again, like I always say, I fangirl over people, but this is what I
Jack is telling us that
who
we
is
are
Jack?
his biggest freaking fan.
Hey,
Jack, you got that backwards. I mean, we love you, buddy, and thanks for joining us today.
I don't fangirl. Like I say, I fangirl over people. Like I say, oh, I fangirl over John Wiley. But this is as excited as you're going to see me get. My kiddo just called me out on this last night. I can't get any more excited than this. It is part of my autism. I think Julie's starting to learn that now. Like, and other
You
people
say that
know.
about yourself all the time.
This is it. I'm excited. Julie's
Yeah.
here. I'm super excited. But you're not going to see my face deviate much. Julie, have you ever seen me excited?
So when I met Marcella, and I've had the pleasure of meeting her in person.
Please do not get me started. It's
What
so
was that?
unfair. Now I'm getting emotional. I'm a little verklempt.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
This is
Yeah.
what she was doing. Like we're at the elevator, and she was just staring at me like this. And that was when she was excited. You remember that? You're like, oh my God, you're real.
I said, you're so pretty, Julie.
Each other.
I got to spend a little alone time with everyone that I fangirl over. There weren't that many, but there was like 3. But this is it. But I think that when people like us, they'll follow the show. We have our regular followers. Like we've got Jeannie, who is ride or die in my book, and Julie. Listen, I'm sorry, my kid's trying to interrupt me.
Oh, Jeannie. It's your birthday. Wait,
Julie-
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
no,
to.
what were you saying?
I just had an idea. You guys should broadcast live in Chicago next Creative Con.
We've been talking about it.
Yeah, that would be so super cool.
We've been talking about that. We want to do that, but he's got to get there. I know I'm going to be there. Julie, we talked about how the girls already started recording. They're starting their own podcast. They're looking for a name, though. And
Talk to me.
Yeah, once a week. So they're going to talk about autism the same way we do, but this is not coming from a 12-year-old child.
Luna and
Angelica. Mm-hmm.
Does she have autism too, Angelica?
No, she does not have
Okay.
autism, but their dynamic is fantastic. Angelica's a 22-year-old model who was born with albinism, and she's incredibly brilliant. And she has taken up being an older sister to Luna. Luna wants to talk about her autism and how it affects her friends, her family, how it affects herself, and her journey. But there are other things. People watch them together, and people always tell me Luna is hilarious. She doesn't even know she's being funny. And the other thing is she is always trolling me and Ross. And she says, I want to talk once a week for about 3 to 5 minutes about you and Ross and what you talked about on your show. And then she says, and then we're going to talk about how many times you said, I'm not doing that in an episode. So she's just funny. And they're, like I said, they want to start this up, and they both want to be at Creative Con with us.
Mm-hmm.
They want to talk about, they want to be there, and they want to talk to people and tell them what it's like being a little girl with autism who is challenged with so many different things. She's going to the 8th grade, and she's taught herself to play the piano. She's learning the drums. These are things that she wants to talk about. All the things that she is learning or teaching herself. She taught herself to draw. She sketches beautifully. So and some people ask me, is she a savant? I say, I don't know, but we'll explore that with her. And I'm just going to be there for support, but it's their show. It's their thing. I like the fact that she wants to troll me and Ross, and she goes, we'll do it respectfully, Mom. Yes.
I love that. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking, first of all, we have Angelica and we have Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Both of their names speak to the stars, like
Yes.
Angel and the moon. So I was thinking stars and sisters, like for the name of the podcast, like something about stars and sisterhood. It
I'll
will
pitch
get
it to them.
It will get people's attention. Number one, with the word stars, because people automatically think it's like
They like
Hollywood.
that word, yeah.
But that speaks to both of their names.
Which is funny too, because my aunt calls Luna her little star. She's called her that since birth.
Yeah.
So makes sense. And I love when things come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
So stars. I want the word star in there. Anyway, that's Angelica's middle name.
It is? Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew? That's
Well,
fantastic.
and who am I talking to? I'm talking to the expert. This is why we have Julie here. Julie is the expert in podcasting. Like I said, she is the podcast queen. And if you guys have questions about podcasting, you should call in. You should definitely call and
Call in. I love answering questions. If you have a branding question, if you have a
think Jack should call in.
Yeah, he won't.
He won't?
That's my son, by the way.
I know.
So,
He said that. He said that.
8888 Yergz 1844 gay LGBT.
I would love just if someone has a brand or business they're working on. I like literally when Marcella was just telling me about Luna and Angelica, I go into a zone, like an intuitive zone. Like
I
maybe
see
I'm
this
a
firsthand.
psychic brander. Like I feel like I'm branding psychic.
So she
I
is.
can't
she is
brand
very
my own
psychic.
stuff.
No, she is very psychic, though. We have had conversations where she has said things, and I go, "Well, why would you say that, Julie?" And it's because she's incredibly intuitive.
Well, the fact that her middle name is Star is weird too.
Yeah, and that's one of Luna's nicknames. So, yeah, the stars, Luna and Angel. So,
Let's get a call. I want to like take someone's brand idea to the next level. I mean, Yergz and Marcella already have an incredible brand. You know, it's about. What about you?
The psycho and the
It's
psychic.
worth $10,000 right now, and it's for free. Trying to wink.
Okay. We'll take what we can get.
No, I mean like if someone calls in and out, not you guys. You guys are my besties.
How are the sales for Kim D's book going?
It's not officially on sale, but
Oh, I
she
thought
has,
you.
she has
okay.
pre-ordered. I mean, it's out there,
Yeah.
but she's doing signed books only right now from her website.
Okay.
A lot, and
I think I need a signed copy
yeah, you'll
for
get
my
one.
library.
Yeah, you'll get one.
Um,
I'll get you one.
So I want to talk about Creative Con and the way that it's going to be, the ways that you guys want it to be different from the last Creative Con, which is amazing.
Mhm.
It was one of the most amazing things I've ever done. And you got me hyped. Remember, I told you, it's hard to get me
I
excited.
know. You really did get excited. I was like, whoa, is this Marcella? She's like,
I
oh,
told you,
all these
this is-
ideas and texting me. And I'm like, okay, we're not at this place yet. I can't make any decisions right now just because we're in the, not beginning phases, but we're in the phases of like getting
Planning,
all our ducks
right.
in a row. So the last time, it was the first time, and I know Yergz has fond memories of it. Just
There's
keep-
that shot again.
No, you're going to come the next time. It's fine.
I will.
I mean, how can you not meet Marcella in person? Number one.
I know.
And so it's at a totally different venue. And if you want to Google it, you can even pull it up. I don't know if you can do that. It's at the Intercontinental Hotel in Chicago. It's right on Michigan Ave. If you know, Yergz probably has been there before with the First Lady.
The first lady.
But it is the only front-facing hotel on Michigan Avenue, near Water Tower Place, near the lake, a couple blocks from the lake, near the river, the Chicago River. It's like prime location, and we have about 7,000 square feet of space, including a grand ballroom and 3 extra, probably even more, maybe 8,000 square feet, like double the size of my house probably. But conference rooms, and we have lobbies, and it's just beautiful. The Michael Jordan Steakhouse is in the building. I mean, probably not going to eat there, but just throwing it out there. So it's a great location. That's what we do have.
I'll give it a shot.
Are you looking it up?
Yep.
Oh, here
there
we
it
go.
is.
I have to put my glasses on because I can't see. Yeah, that's it.
Trying to
Yeah,
make
go
it so
through it.
it's
Check out the rates because the rates are, if you can, I got a steal of a rate for room rates.
Cannot wait.
nice. Why can I not? I'm trying
So
to
we'll
actually.
all be there. Where did Julie go?
Where did Julie go?
I don't
Can you
see
hear
her.
me?
I can hear you. We can't see
I
you.
can never see my screen if my
She
picture.
turned her camera off. That's why.
Oh,
Still
okay.
there.
But
So we're so looking forward to this. I just want to know how. I know you said that you're in the planning stages, the beginning stages. Um, but you're hoping to have double the attendance this year, yes?
yes, that's correct. It would be nice. And my thoughts are we're also bringing ticket prices down this time because I just feel like doing it and having less talking heads. And when I say talking heads, everyone that spoke on stages the last time, they were phenomenal. Love them. But I think people are yearning for more actionable tips, more workshop,
I agree.
hands-on. And that's what we're
agree.
going to focus on this time around.
There's part of a room.
Wow, that makes me excited.
And after hours.
Not really. After hours, see, that's what I'm looking forward to, just spending time with people again.
Burden Steakhouse.
I had for 2 nights, I had a group of people, bless you. I had a small group sit with me while I did readings. It was really interesting to get to know I love that, some of the speakers and the attendants, the friends that we met there. Oh,
That must be a suite because it's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, that's
living room.
probably
now.
sweet. And to be honest, I missed out on that because I stayed at my house and everyone was like, oh, the hotel lobby was so much fun at night. And I was
we
like,
had a great time.
So we're
Yeah,
all
we
in
missed you.
yeah. Well, if I went, I would be up
Oh.
in the morning and be dead. Isn't that pretty, bathroom?
She would
I
be
love walking
advertising
showers.
me. She would be. I don't
You don't love what?
walk-in showers.
You don't?
No.
There's
There's a
your
tub.
bathroom.
I like a hot tub.
Oh.
I'm
And
gonna
you
stay
should
at a hotel.
see
I
the
like a hot
pool.
tub.
You should look at the pool, like the pool. I don't know if you guys swim, and I'm not, but
I do.
I mean,
Swimmer.
like the pool. Look at that pool. It's like
There we
phenomenal.
go.
It's probably one of the coolest pools in all of downtown Chicago. There might be a hot tub there. All the amenities I have for free, they're included with our hotel, the hotel rate that I negotiated. But it's a kick-ass location.
Are you able to say what the rate is, or do we
Yeah.
gotta?
Well, I wanted you to look it up and find out what the rate is right now. If you were to book it
Oh.
right now, and then I'll tell you, because then you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good."
Okay, hold on. So just go to your site for that.
Now, just can you just Google Intercontinental Hotel Chicago, like you're making a reservation?
Oh,
Anyway,
there. Gotcha.
Look at Marcella. She's like, "There's my tech boyfriend up above me."
He's not my boyfriend. Yeah.
Husband.
Oh,
He's my work husband, but that's
you're on the fritz right now?
well, he doesn't listen to me, just like a regular husband doesn't listen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If he did, that would be weird.
No, I want a husband that listens to me.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
I don't want to be on any roofs either.
Well, you don't. You probably won't.
Oh, I love views like that. I just don't go too close to the
That's
edge.
okay.
Look at the lobby.
I'm gonna wear a red dress next year too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to up my wardrobe game because I was pretty dowdy the last.
Ew, so
New
was
prices. All
That
right.
was mine.
So dates for it would be
Let's check out if you were to go tonight. Just to save you
tonight?
prices.
all right. Well, all right.
Let's see what the
Then,
price is, because then I'm gonna astound you and you'll be like, and I haven't advertised the booking prices yet because I need a link from the hotel. But
Can't wait.
let's see. Let's
it's
see how much.
available. Dun dun dun.
How much are they a night?
Coming up.
Oh yeah, no, that's
438.
not the hotel. But
Oh, that's not the. Yeah, what the hell?
Am I-
Why did?
anywho, because we're gonna lose everybody. They're gonna be like, what are they doing?
What,
Yeah, what are we talking
why
about?
Is, speaking of
$159 a night, and they're usually
Yeah.
like around $300.
I literally just knocked myself out of my own room on Clubhouse. Okay. All right, I'm back. I am back, and I knocked myself out of the room by accident. Thank you, Jeannie, for holding space. Thank you, Lee, for being here.
Thanks.
How much is it a night?
$159.
Wow.
I know. So I
$159.
negotiated a great great.
We need
In
to
my
see
mind.
how much the suites are going to be because we'll have our kids with us.
Yeah.
There's Jules
Whoops. I better turn it down.
all over the volume too. So
Why does that? Why does every other hotel come up but the one I'm trying to stay
Maybe
at?
because they are like sold out or something right now.
All
What's
right,
the
well
name of
then
the hotel?
let's see. Let's see what we can do in the actual dates.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual dates are. They'll probably be like $99, and you guys will be like, you screwed us over. 21st through 23rd. Yeah, you can do one night. That's fine.
The one on Magnificent Mile.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now because I'm limited availability. Book now before rooms
Oh,
sell
only
out.
185.
that's not bad. Only a few left. Holy cow. I've blocked the whole hotel. Okay, so it's also the time of year too, right? So anyway, it looks a lot better when I show you $400 and then it's $159. But
But,
it's still
but
reasonable.
yeah,
Karen
but
Conti
if
was
we-
like, holy cow. Have you guys had Karen Conti on here? You should have Karen Conti on your
No, maybe you could make an introduction. I did meet her and got on her mailing list, but I haven't received anything.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I think we'd like to have. We've had Carrie on. We haven't had Brian. I'd like to have Brian. Brian did call in once. Would love to have him on the show.
there you go. This September, $275 a night.
$275 a night.
Yeah, so it's like cheaper, right? That was my whole point, but it's a really
Yeah.
nice hotel. That was my whole point. But we're gonna have after hours, so we're gonna have people pitch us like to do creative, like let your creativity flow. I was kind of stunted, first of all, because it was my first time doing an event. Second, because you know, the space was different and I had different partners who were just, like it was the first time. So we
Right.
were figuring it out. So, but what I want like you guys to unleash your creativity. And I told, Marcella's like taking it over, she said, but she wants to be in charge, which, like let me get through the beginning stuff first and then think about the programming.
Of the
with
evening
Marcella.
events,
So
I
not
would love
only
to.
how though,
What?
but not only how, but when do you see us broadcasting from the event?
Well, it depends. I mean, you can broadcast, first of all. So we have all the space. I got to get out of Clubhouse because it's excellent.
She's in my room right now.
First of all, we have all the space and we're going to do like the programming, probably 9 to 5 and do a lot of different stuff. But then I have the rooms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday from 6 a.m. to midnight, same as on Saturday, and then on Sunday, 6 to noon. So people can fly out in the afternoon because I think that was like something it would have been easier if people could leave in the afternoon on Sunday. But so I have all this nighttime space. Like, why not do a trivia night or psychic readings? Psychic readings might be better in the hotel lobby. I have no idea. But we have 2 designated foyers too with space, which we can kind of turn it into an after hours party. We're thinking about doing a cold
Shout out
party.
to Holly who's in the listening lounge. I like to shout out the people who come into the room.
Hey,
They're supporting. So
that's awesome.
yeah, no, it would be great. Colin wants to jump on board and help you with your trivia.
Yeah.
He actually
I love
wants,
trivia.
he wants to meet some of the people who are going to be there so he can create trivia questions about each guest or some of the guests, like, John Wiley or you or Ross or Lois Villa, who was there last year. So yeah, we want to help you out in any ways that we can. I would love to do a psychic.
Bingo.
When do I not have my cards?
I know, right?
I always have my cards. I had them at the event in my purse the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a problem with that. And that's like the fun part, the after hours. Of course we want to do the workshops and the more typical conference stuff. I want to have and this is all my dream, like a huge ball pit. Okay. I just thought of this, like a huge ball pit where we can jump in and feel like kids. This is what Gary Vee kind of did at his. He had a huge slide from the top of the stadium to the bottom. So you can feel like kids. You can tap into your creativity, think differently, be silly, Feel like a kid, because we are all doing so many adult things.
Right.
It sucks being in it, like always. Oh, I have to work, I have to pay the bills, I have to drive my kids here, I have to make dinner. But what if you jump into a big ball pit, or you can do trivia, or you can, paint our faces, or
karaoke.
Karaoke, stuff like that. I mean, that's what I would love to do at night, like the fun programming at night. Yeah. That's my idea.
I told you I can help with all of
How
that.
far away is Bloomington from Chicago?
Bloomington, Illinois, probably like 2.5 hours.
Really?
Why are you going to Bloomington, Illinois?
Well, because there's an airport down here that I like that is in St. Pete. Not that Tampa is bad. It's not.
Oh, I
But
don't like
St.
Tampa.
Pete's-
Then, yeah.
St. Pete's even better. And it's kind of an economic airline. I don't really like that.
You would
Well-
want to do Midway Airport, might
Okay.
be. That's like the small Chicago airport.
We're thinking of just driving to you this time instead of flying in, because we'll have the kids.
You can literally take the train right into downtown Chicago and then Uber it to the hotel.
But that'll take a day.
That's true.
12 hours. So do we want to drive and, our own vehicle, or do we want to take
And then you have to pay for parking.
I love the train. I love traveling by train. That's the way we traveled when I was a child. But I also have to think about, the rest of the family and what they're going to want. So,
Mhm.
and what's going to be the most cost effective for us.
Yeah.
It'd be cheaper
And
to
check
park.
out the parking in Chicago can be expensive.
Does the hotel have parking?
Yeah, but you don't want to park at the hotel.
Yeah, that's usually the most
$85 a
expensive.
night. $85 a night to park.
It's cheaper than getting on a train.
But there are other places to park around the city that aren't that expensive. So
Why would they charge us for parking? That's just bullshit.
the hotel,
That's called life in a city.
yeah. You're a New Yorker. You know how crazy it is.
We're not that crazy. We're not that bougie. We kind of just are. We exist.
Oh.
People make us bougie.
Oh. But I mean, I just want to encourage everyone to like really bring on their creative game. I mean, I think, and
Creative.
a lot of people are more comfortable and hopefully get a lot more people. So there's even a bigger platform for all of us. However, it is about, like we all feel comfortable as a core. And of course, Yergz, I feel like I know Yergz, but it will be fun to meet him. How tall is Yergz? 5'5"?
Next one.
Oh, you're bigger than me. I thought you were like a 5'5". Marcella looks bigger on camera.
But I'm shorter than her. A little bit.
Yeah, you're not
Tiny
short.
So what about Rockford? How far away is Rockford, Illinois?
Why don't we got O'Hare Airport? And
I know, but I'm just going with this one just to see if I can do it.
It's far. It's like
Okay.
2 hours probably.
Really? Still?
It would be Midway or O'Hare, maybe Gary Airport, Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
Your listeners are loving this while he's searching for flights.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're here for.
I guess
Help
we're
them out.
planning this.
We're helping them out.
Yeah, that's it.
But essentially, you have 7 months to save up. That's like,
Oh, no. So my biggest issue then is taken care of. Ron DeSantis, in his infinite wisdom, sucked at managing the insurance crisis that we have in this country right now, or in this state right now. And my insurance skyrocketed after Hurricane Idalia,
yeah.
but now I'm having it restructured. I'm not going to lose my interest rate, and I'm going to have a lower monthly payment by the end of the summer. So saving up for Chicago next year will not be an issue.
Okay. I'm going to just, since we're looking,
Yeah, Legion.
To get the girls'
Allegiance.
show up and running and get them sponsored so that they can afford Chicago.
yeah.
I'm going to make them pay for it. Yeah. It'll be great, though. They're going to have such a great time. Luna's really looking forward to it. And I think she just wants to meet Julie first. And then, it's going to be a challenge for her being who she is. She doesn't like crowds. She'll have her headset on the entire time. like she does here. But we're weaning her off of it. I'm working with her. So, but she says, "Can I wear my headset when we're in Chicago?" I said, "Yeah, you can wear your headset." But she wants to be able to go and talk to people and tell them about what she's doing and how she's managing.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
discipline that
we
she's
want to have a neurodiverse track, neurodiverse and neurotypical, like
Well,
just bridge
you'll
those
have me and Sonia. Hopefully, Soda will come this time. Ryan Permison. Of course, Luna will be there, and any other person that we know that's on the spectrum. We'd love to just have them there. It would be great to have a panel. Even I talked about that.
Yeah.
Neurodivergence who podcast and do other things.
Yeah, that would be incredible. So I found a ticket, Tampa to Chicago, $273 round trip, no nonstop.
Yeah, I see that now too.
Yeah, just keep it easy. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. You guys are amazing. I love this is really what I love chatting about, but I'm not sure an audience wants to hear me Google flights and.
No, Ross will cut that out.
Oh, good. Oh, you cut stuff out. Good.
He'll edit that out. He'll edit. Yeah, not on YouTube though, but he'll edit out that and looking at the hotel all that time.
Yeah, that's so boring.
But talking about the podcasting, what tips do you have for beginner podcasters?
Understand why you're doing the podcast, what your end game is, reverse engineer it, then have a really strong brand that resonates with other people. Make sure that the name resonates with an audience. It's not something foofy or made up, like obsessed. I mean, come on, what's that about? Who knows? But I've learned my lesson. And have a good look about it. Have a good look and then just own the mic. Have a decent mic. My favorite mic here, MV7, sure. Maybe you could sponsor. And then just do it. Why not? You can be heard in a million billion countries throughout the world. You can be heard in Asia, Siberia, the equator,
Yemen,
all those places. It's pretty incredible how far podcasting can take your voice, and have fun, but keep doing it. Don't give up because it can get isolating and it's a slow burn, slow growth. So
we're having
Obsessed hit number 4 on the American charts. Number 4.
What is?
Obsessed hit number 4 this month. It's not there right now, but it hit number 4 and it's bounced back down, but that was pretty incredible. Number 1.
I need to come back on the show and be number 1 this time.
Oh, and Marcella's episode, I always show her when I take a look, like out of all of our episodes, hers is like ranked number 3 or number 4 of all.
I was number 2. What happened?
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked. I thought it was 3, but very well could be number 2.
It was number 2. I remember. Yeah. Just like Larry Penton, his trigger warning podcast, trigger warning talk podcast. My episode is number 2.
Wow. I mean, I can look, but
I think our number 1 podcast is Peter Mata, who has disappeared into the ether.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And then the other one, I think the one following that is Ashley Ashita and Human Design. I believe so. So if you want to be a guest on The Psycho and the Psychic, please reach out to me. Let me know what you want to talk about. We predominantly talk about parenting, the LGBTQ community, parenting through all of that, autism, and sometimes psychic phenomena. But if you have an interesting topic, let us know. Reach out, and I do all the vetting. So if you can impress me, you'll get on the show.
Right. I love that.
Believe me, it's not easy. Bring your A game.
Bring the A game. I must have done something right. Marcella must have been hallucinating when she met me. But.
No, she's so full of it. You know how we met? She was in a room with Michael Lozier, right? Lozier. And I just...
Michael Lozier on here. Why haven't you had him?
He doesn't like podcasting. He doesn't like people to cut him off.
Well, you just let him talk. He'll be fine.
We'll let him talk. Ross asks too many questions. He would leave.
I got to run to the door. I got a very important package that's at the door. It's medication.
Are
So
you kidding me? This is how we're ending the show?
No, he's
we're
gonna
not
run.
ending
We're
the
gonna
show.
stay on the
I'm
show.
just.
No.
But we're going to a commercial break
I
where
would
we're going to talk
love.
about Creative Con.
There's no commercial break.
Free advertising.
No. Well, okay. So Michael is fantastic. I would love to have Michael on the show. We didn't have him on the last podcast that I was on, which we do not talk about, because I knew that there would be some challenges between him and the other host. But I would love to have Michael on here. You're right. We just let him talk, let him do what he does. And I think that he would enjoy the visit. We would enjoy having him here. Who else can we have on? Brian Alves, John J. Wiley. I would love to have Dragon on the show.
You would do it.
Talking about autism.
Mhm.
I would love to have him on here talking about. We've had Sonia Chand, Ryan Permison. We've had him on here. We've had quite a few people that I know from all of our communities, including the podcasting community. So I'll probably reach out to them. We'd love to have Kim D on, talk about her book, talk about what she's doing. Kevin Donaldson. This is another person I'd really like to have on.
We need to just start scheduling these people.
Well, next week on Tuesday, we are inviting Lois Villa back. Hopefully this time she'll be on camera to talk about an event that she's having this summer in Connecticut at her home. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So,
are you going to that?
I don't know. Possibly. I may. And if I do, then I'll be broadcasting from there. I'll be interviewing some of the guests there and maybe her mods from Ever Mindful. But yeah, there's a lot of people I'd really like to have on here. I just really need to reach out to everyone and ask them what they want to talk about and invite them on. We've had so many people. Dr. Femi Evans, Femi. Who else have we had on?
You had Femi on?
We had Femi on a few weeks ago. She's revamping her Crush Fit line. And as soon as that's back up and running, Angelica is going to be her new brand ambassador.
Wow.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. So we're, yes, Angelica and my godson, Jimmy, will also be one of the other brand ambassador. So, yeah.
Good looking kid.
Okay. And stop. You're making him very uncomfortable.
Is he on now?
No. Well, he listens. He listens sometimes.
Oh.
But, yeah, we want to get Jimmy on the show too to talk about his future. He's 22 years old and wants to be a model, and he's breaking into the film industry. He's a great kid. So lots of different people to come up. We get all of these people at Creative Con too. Would love to hear John J. Wiley singing at karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
He's a singer too?
No. He's not.
He's not.
No.
So then what you're saying is he and I are going to be doing a duet together.
Yes, that would be a good one, actually.
Well, maybe.
I love that. Well, I'm honored to know you guys. Thank you for having me on.
Yep.
I appreciate you both.
Thank you for
Likewise,
coming
very
back.
much so do.
Glad you got your medication. Glad you know about the airports.
Well,
glad that,
I was supposed to have to sign for it, which didn't happen.
oh, I get it. I
just dropped it in the box, and that's also a risk because kind of some of the people in the neighborhood, plus it can melt. So there's that.
All right. So
I'll put it in this. Hold on a second. You're gonna shit when you see what I'm gonna be taking.
Do we really want to tell the world? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I have a friend that has a clinic here, and he kind of explained to me all about that. You gotta be careful. It should be administered by a nurse or a doctor, though.
Well, we do it virtually on one of those doctor apps. Yeah, it's not like I just
a different person. And I had a client.
That's the intent.
Marcella's gonna be like, who is this guy? I had a client who, I'm not saying you're suicidal and trigger warning. She was seriously she told me later if I didn't talk to her that day, she would have probably, but she did that treatment. And the next week I saw her, she was like a different person. It was almost like a miracle, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm not at that, but there was a lot going on, to include the reason why I couldn't come to the
Mhm.
2024 and everything. And not that the other meds and therapy isn't working. It's really been a huge help, but there's just still days where I don't want to get out of bed and I can't do all this and
Yeah.
from my bedroom.
Well, God bless you. Here for you, Yergz.
Thank you, my dear. So,
Thanks,
Julie Lokun, we are coming up on that time now. So,
Yes, we are. Yes, we
well,
are.
I'll edit out my flight searches and put some
Edit those
commercials in there.
Yeah,
But Creative Con
2025.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, Julie.
creativecon.com.
Love you guys.
Love you, dear. Thank you
See you, Puddin'.
for joining us. Is she going? Yeah, okay, there we
Yeah.
go. I was going to say, is she waiting for me to take her off screen? CreativeCon.com for those on audio only and radio and whatever. CRE, the number 8, TIV, con, as in conference,
CIVE.
.com. What's that?
You forgot the E. CRE 8 TIVE.
Yeah, I said that.
You didn't say E.
Oh, all right.
CON. CreativeCon.com. Go and check out what we did in February of this year and sign up for next year. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I was like really scared to ask questions about it because I know when you and I talked offline, I think it was on Tuesday, and you were telling me some of the things that there's planned. I was like, why is she saying about stuff after hours? I thought that's for the super secret part. But I don't think
Yeah,
there's still even with what
Why
was.
would you even tell them that I was talking to you about it?
Well, that's why I
Mind
was surprised.
blown.
That's why I was surprised she
Mind
was
blown.
talking about it.
But
Because
if I say,
I
hey,
thought
let's
that was
keep this
all in the
between
download.
us, you don't just go and tell everybody in the free world, hey, Marcella and I were talking about this, but I thought it was a secret.
And yeah, she goes.
Swear to God, you were just like a husband.
Yeah, but I
and
thought it was
this
a
is the
secret too.
first
That's
time
what I'm
doing this
saying.
Today, but we're breaking up after this. We are so broken up now.
But that's what I'm saying is that
You'll be
I
hosting your
didn't
show
want
with Matrix next.
I didn't want to talk. He was actually here yesterday. I didn't want to talk about it because I knew not to.
Well, that's why I invited
Then
her.
she goes
and
and
she
says,
is the creator, so she'll talk about whatever she feels is okay.
But I didn't even want to do any follow-up questions because I didn't want to tap dance on something where we shouldn't be. Oh, who's there? Who's there? I know what that eye roll is. Who's there? Who is it?
Nobody.
Oh,
I don't have to tell you every specter that steps into my vicinity, and they just come in and I look at them, and some of them make comments, and I don't repeat the comments.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Like
really.
Vulgar or
Just not so nice comments sometimes. I mean, I was reading someone a few weeks back, and one of my spirits kept saying, this guy's an idiot. And I was like, cannot do that while I'm talking to them, because sometimes, and it doesn't happen on purpose, but sometimes it just comes out. Again, I knocked myself. Oh my God, I thought I closed the room by accident. Sorry, Lee, if you heard that thumping. Okay, so we're done. We will see you guys on Tuesday, where we will have Lois Villa from Ever Mindful talk about an event that's happening.
She's gonna miss. I gotta text her quick. She just said thanks for having me.
Trying to wrap this up.
Yeah, because she's not gonna see the credits now.
She'll see the credits. She can watch.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Somebody also got a last minute comment. Oh,
that's her.
Somebody's putting an emoji. Is that her? Is she obsessed?
Her.
Oh, yeah, that's her. Right. That's her.
This is why I thought you knew that the podcast was called Obsessed.
I think I remember her commenting before from that one too. All right, well, let's go right to the credits. Let's not waste any time.
Bye.
I want her to see
Bye,
that.
guys.
All right, my dear. You have a good weekend.
I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later.
And I will see you on Tuesday. Look at me going to the credits first instead of some other
instead
song.
Of me messaging you to do it. Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Bye, Lee. Thanks for joining. I'm going to shut down the room now.
Yep. See you all on Tuesday.
See you guys.
changed. You know that?
Yes, I suppose I have. How about this? Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here!